Good morning, children. Today we will discuss kinds of quadrilaterals. There are generally 5 types of quadrilaterals. One is trapezium, another one kite, next is parallelogram, fourth one it is rhombus, fifth one rectangle, and square. We'll try to discuss the properties of these quadrilaterals one by one. Let us take trapezium first. So trapezium is a special type of quadrilateral. So whenever you take any quadrilateral, if it is having only one pair of sides, quadrilateral with a pair of parallel sides. So remember here, if you take a quadrilateral, okay, here none of the opposite pairs are parallel, so it is not a trapezium. Whereas if you take another quadrilateral, PQ or S, here PQ is parallel to SR, which is denoted by arrows. When you draw arrows like this, it means this side is parallel to this side. So and PS is not parallel to QR, it is not parallel. So if only one pair of sides are parallel in a given quadrilateral, then it is becoming a trapezium. PQ or S. Now it is kite. You might have seen kites in the sky, or you might have yourself played with them. This is generally a kite. It will have somewhat this shape, isn't it? So if you consider only this part of the kite, not this triangle, so kite is somewhat like this. So if you observe two congruent sides, suppose if you take kite, it has again P, Q or S, quadrilateral P, Q or S. So here two what you call it, adjacent sides. PQ is adjacent to PS, QR is adjacent to SR. So even though you have 4 adjacent sides, we are considering adjacent side PQ. If this is equal to this, PQ is equal to PS and QR is equal to SR. QR is equal to SR. So here what is happening? Two pair of adjacent sides are equal. Then such quadrilateral is called kite. Okay, hope you understood. Remember here, when you draw one line here and one line here, that means these two are equal in length. And if you are drawing 2 lines here and 2 lines here, these two are equal. One more property of this kite is that one pair of opposite angles are equal. Here angle PQR is equal to angle PSR. And if you draw diagonal PR and QS by joining the opposite vertices, they will be perpendicular to each other. Okay, so diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so these are properties of kite. What is it? Two pair of adjacent sides are equal. PQ is equal PS, QR is equal to SR. This is the first one. Second one pair of opposite angles, especially one which are like this, not these two. And third one is diagonals are perpendicular to each other. Now let us see another quadrilateral parallelogram. So as the name suggests, there is something related to this quadrilateral which are parallel. So let us take a quadrilateral ABCD. Okay, ABCD. Now here, if a pair of opposite sides, what is opposite of AB? AB opposite is DC, and BC opposite is AD. BC is opposite to AD. So if in a given quadrilateral, both pair of opposite sides are parallel. Okay, so what is it? Opposite sides are parallel. This is the first property. As well as AB is equal to DC and BC is equal to AD. That is, opposite sides are equal in length. And not only this, opposite pair of angles are equal. That is, angle ADC is equal to angle ABC. Okay, and angle DAC is equal to angle DCB. Okay, then quadrilateral ABC. The property of parallelogram is that angles which are adjacent, suppose I have taken parallelogram ABCD, then the adjacent angles, angle A and angle D. Okay, these two are supplementary. Supplementary means what? If you add these two, you will get 180. Similarly, angle B and angle C, these two are also supplementary. Again, angle C plus angle D, that is also 180. And angle A plus angle B is equal to 180. Means what? Adjacent angles are supplementary. Now let us see one more property of parallelogram. It is related to its diagonals. You take a parallelogram. If you draw the diagonals, suppose ABCD is the parallelogram and diagonals are BD and AC. AC comma BD are diagonals. So what they'll do is they will bisect each other. Bisect each other. That means AC will cut BD into two parts and BD will cut AC into two parts. Suppose if you have taken this 0 or O, sorry, then BO is equal to OD, AO is equal to OC. Okay, we'll divide them into two equal parts. This term of rhombus. So rhombus is a special type of quadrilateral whose all sides are equal. All sides are equal. So let us take ABCD is a quadrilateral. In this, all sides are equal. So that means AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to DA. All sides are equal. Next, this is the first property. Next one, opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are parallel as well. Okay, and opposite angles are also equal. Diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals will bisect each other, and adjacent angles are supplementary or supplementary. See, these many properties are there. If you take note of this, in this, opposite sides are equal in rhombus as well as in parallelogram. Opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are also equal, diagonals bisect each other, adjacent angle. All these from 2 to 6, all properties are similar to that of properties of parallelogram, isn't it? So since rhombus is having all properties of parallelogram, okay, every rhombus is a parallelogram. Similarly, if you see consecutive sides here, the adjacent sides, distinct pair of adjacent sides, AB is equal to AD and BC is equal to DC. So this is similar to kite. Kite has same properties. So rhombus has properties of both kite and parallelogram. Okay, another, in addition to this, it has another property is that the specific property of rhombus is that its diagonals not only bisect each other but they are perpendicular also. So the diagonals, let us see first in the figure. If you draw a diagonal like this, okay, they will bisect each other as in case of parallelogram, as well as they are perpendicular to each other. So diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of one another. So these are properties of rhombus. It has all properties of both kite as well as parallelogram. In addition to this, one more property is that its diagonals bisect each other. Let us see now rectangle. So most of you know already about rectangle, that its opposite sides are equal. So rectangle is a type of parallelogram. That means rectangle has all properties of parallelogram. Has all properties of a parallelogram. So rectangle is a parallelogram. In addition to that, what is specific is that with all angles equal. That means if you take a parallelogram, only opposite angles are equal. These two angles are equal and these two angles are equal. Whereas in a rectangle, all angles are having same measure. If you can see the rectangle, you can guess what is its measure. Each angle is 90 degrees. Each angle, every angle is a right angle. So another property of rectangle is what? All angles are equal and are right. Right means right angles, 90 degrees. So here angle B is equal to 90, E is equal to 90, S is equal to 80, and here is also equal to 90 degrees. Okay, and another property of rectangle in addition to this one is that its diagonals. Suppose if I draw a diagonals of rectangle, diagonals BS comma ET. We already said that rectangle has all properties of parallelogram. That means they will be bisecting each other. Okay, and not only that, they are equal in length. Okay, they are equal in length. So for a rectangle, diagonals are equal in length or equal in length. That is BS is equal to ED. They also bisect each other. Because it is, I didn't write here because it is already having all properties of parallelogram. Now next one is square. See another most familiar quadrilateral, square. Now square is having all properties of rectangle. Okay, square has all properties of rectangles. In addition to this, okay, like rhombus, square has all sides equal. If you see, compare rectangle and square, you can see that each angle in rectangle is 90 degrees. In square also each angle is 90 degrees. That means all angles are equal. Here also all angles are equal. Opposite sides are parallel, opposite sides are equal. Here also opposite sides are equal. So in addition to all properties of rectangle, which we have already discussed above, it has one more property. What is it? All sides are equal. Now when it comes to the diagonals of the square, to draw diagonals of square, so let us name it first A, B, C, D. So in square A, B, C, D, AC comma BD are diagonals. AC comma BD are diagonals. So what they are? They bisect each other. They are equal in length. That means what? AC is equal to BD. And in addition to this, one more extra property is that they are perpendicular to each other. What is the meaning of being perpendicular? They bisect each other at 90 degrees. Okay, so these are the properties of square.